Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Is your boy Mr. Almighty Lewis back at you once again from the office, making some videos for you guys once again. You guys just have no idea how excited I am to be able to finally make videos like these one more time. Like I still remember the last time I was able to film a video for you guys, in this style here in the office because, we've been quarantined due to the coronavirus and it's been crazy, man. So like, I am so happy. I'm so grateful that I'm able to have, the honor and the ability really to be able to still be able to make videos here in the office and to be able to be back here in the office too, and oh my god, I'm so happy. Anyway guys, before I begin with today's video, I just want to apologize for my hair. I didn't manage to get a haircut in before this whole lockdown started here in LA. So, I still got my big ass hair, even though I'm starting to get used to it. I'm starting to actually kind of like it, so I might leave it around for a little while. But yeah, I just know that that's what's going on, and that's why my hair is this long. It's not that I did it by choice, but at this point, I'm just gonna embrace it and have a good time with it. Oh yes. All right, so for today's topic, I just kind of want to express some gratitude, that I'm back and that I have this ability to make videos once again. And so maybe just touch a little bit on the experience that I had, throughout the entire lockdown. So, I really tried to, make the best out of that lockdown by really, focusing on myself, focusing on my emotions, focusing on, what's going on in there. And, I hope all of you guys were able to do something similar or around those lines. I know that a lot of people out there had some extreme difficulties, when this happened because, a lot of people weren't ready for this. You guys just were not prepared. The virus thing kind of came out of nowhere and it just started to take over the entire world. That's why it became such a pandemic and stuff. So, not a lot of us had that opportunity to really prepare and do the most that we could, in order to, make this lockdown and quarantine really the most comfortable that it could be. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you went through some uncomfort, and I did myself as well. I'm not gonna say that I had a great time, even though that's what I tell everybody, because that's really the perspective that I want to have on it, and that's really what really kept me through. It was perspective, because the facts are the facts, but your perception of the facts is really what matters the most. So, that's really what I did, and I really tried to stay productive throughout those times. And, for those of you who don't know, I actually managed to write 4 books throughout the entire lockdown period. I was just stuck at home and I was really putting in those hours in order for me to be able to write those books. And all these books are about personal development. And actually, if you're watching this video on YouTube, you're gonna see some links down below so you guys can go ahead and download all those 4 books, and they're completely for free. And these books aren't that long. They're actually like a couple pages. Some of them go from 30 to 20 pages long, so they're very easy to consume. And they're very targeted, they get straight to the point, as opposed to many other books out there that, fill their books with jargon and stuff and stories that are really unnecessary to, to your growth. I try to fill my books with just the gold gems, just the things that you really need to know in order to, produce a specific result depending on the book, So I wrote a book about like 13 reasons why you haven't started yet. So that book focuses more on like, if you want to start a journey, if you want to start your path towards something, whatever that may be, you want to get better at something, you want to experience something, you want to get more out of something, whatever that may be, there might be something that's holding you back from starting that journey. So I broke down like the 13 core reasons why I think you may be held back, and I break those down. I tell you what they are, and I tell you exactly how you can, overcome those obstacles. And it's a fantastic book if you have a chance to read it. Then I wrote another book about happiness, which is extremely vital, to be able to understand what happiness is, especially in these times, because there's just so much influence going around that, the virus and everything, you're gonna die and people are dying, and you look at the news and you're like, oh my god, this is gonna go on for years and stuff, and you just don't know who to believe at some point. And this can create a lot of depression, it can create a lot of negative emotions within you. So it's extremely important that you're able to stay composed and that you're able to stay focused on whatever your dreams and your goals and your purpose are in life. And in order for you to do that, you have to have some sort of happiness to the core. That way you're able to think more straight instead of if you're stuck in these negative emotions, if you're drowned in them, it's very hard to be able to think positive and to be able to think about your dreams and aspirations because you're not in the right headspace. So the ability to be able to put yourself in a happy state, even when the things around you, your environment isn't supporting that, is extremely vital and important. And that's why I wrote that book about happiness, which pretty much teaches you how to be happy despite the circumstances around you. So that's a great book if you're able to check that out. The next book I wrote was about advice. It's about taking advice and being able to really notice what good advice is and what bad advice is, because like I say in the book, like, you need advice. That's not the issue I'm trying to tackle here. I'm not trying to convince you that you need advice, because the reality is you need advice. Like, there's no way you're gonna get ahead in life if you don't take advice, because there's just no way you can know how to do any of the things that are out there for you to do in this world. If you want to get better at something, you're gonna have to get some advice from somebody who's already done it, or at the very least you have to be able to see it for yourself and stuff. But you'll also need somebody who can be able to break that down for you, because as you know, when we're born, we don't know anything. We're born as a clean slate, and you're gonna have to learn everything and experience everything. And so you need advice. But the thing is that if you're taking bad advice, as I say in this book, stop taking bad advice. Bad advice can actually take you in different routes that you don't want to go into. They might be more detrimental, they might be more hurtful than they are helpful. So in this book, I really teach you how you can manage that and how you can actually find and discover good advice. That way that good advice can actually propel you and get you to your end goal so much faster. All right. And so that book is great. There'll be a link down below if you want to download that for free. And the last book that I still have not released, or I haven't even spoken about it just yet, and that is a book about loneliness. So how to go from someone who's lonely to someone who's socially competent. So this is a more complex book, and I'm gonna make a separate video just on this book, just to explain what this is all about. But just really quick here, it's a book about going from someone who's lonely, someone who really doesn't understand the world out there, someone who's not very social, someone who doesn't like to interact with people, someone who just has all these assumptions about people and humans in general. And I teach you how to overcome those things so that you're able to become a much more social person. Of course, this is keeping in mind that you actually want that, so, because I'm not really here to push you or to force you that being social is something that you should do. That's something that you should decide for yourself. If you want to become social and you feel right now like possibly like nobody is going to be willing to talk to you or something, but you have the will to be more social, then this book is going to help you extremely, like, to the extreme. Like, this is probably the book I worked on the most, and it's the most personal one as well, because I went through that journey myself, and like that journey, it helped me so much. So there will be a link down below too. Once that book releases, I'll go ahead and come back to this video, and I'll go ahead and put a link down below so you guys can check that book out. If the link is not down below, that means the book has not been released yet. But yeah, I wrote those 4 books, and I was working on some social media content, and I was educating myself on just life in general. I was educating myself on the emotions I was feeling. I was educating myself on just being a strong individual, because in times like these, it's very vital that you're able to control your emotions, and that you're able to understand your core and understand who you really are at the core, because only then can you really be yourself and really go after the things that you want, because you need that core confidence, you need that belief in yourself. Whatever action that you're taking right now during this, during these extreme situations, you need to know yourself, you need to know who you are. That way, your actions reflect that, and you take action with confidence, as opposed to taking action because this person said it or this person suggested it. You're taking action because you believe in that action, because you believe in yourself. So I studied some of that stuff, and It was a great time, I gotta say. If I just look at the positives, it was a great time for sure. Of course, the negatives were that, I had to wear masks to go to certain places, and, the city wasn't that populated, and a lot of businesses are closed. And so, I could decide to focus on those things, and guess what, man? I'm gonna drown in some negativity there because those things are here to stay for a while. So if you're watching this video right now, today it's May 18. If you're watching this video right now, chances are, you gotta embrace this. You gotta embrace the new normal right now. You gotta embrace wearing masks. You gotta embrace the social distancing. You gotta embrace some businesses still being closed, some events not happening this year. You gotta embrace all that stuff because it's just gonna stay here for a while, possibly for until the end of the year. And you refusing that, you trying to fight that in your mind, whether you believe the virus is true or not. I'm not gonna go into that whole conspiracy, but the thing is that the facts are the facts, and the facts are that these things are here to stay. Of course, unless a vaccine comes out, and so on and so forth. But those are things that are really out of your control. You can't control those things. You can't control whether the virus is going to go away or not. You can't control if you got to wear a mask or not. You can't control these things. These things are dictated by the people up there. And like I said, I'm not gonna get into that, but you have to be able to adopt. Adopt. You have to be able to adapt to the situation, because that's the only way you'll be able to, still maintain your core, maintain your cool, and stay grounded, and still be able to do the things that you want to, despite the circumstances around you. So embrace the new normal, embrace what's going on, and that's really what I want to leave you guys with by the end of the video. Besides just sharing my whole experience with the virus thing and the quarantine, I just want to tell you guys that, really embrace this, embrace what's going on, and, move forward, do what you can with what you got, really try to stay positive. And, like I said in a video, I made a video on my Instagram yesterday where I spoke about like positivity and how, sometimes it's not easy to be positive all the time, and sometimes you will feel negative emotions. And the thing is that you got to embrace those negative emotions just as much as you love the positive emotions. And you got to be able to, because at the end of the day, they're both your emotions. And, as a human being, we have this fortunate luck to be able to experience a full range of emotions, everything from the negative ones to the positive ones. So embrace both, because they're both coming from you and they're both thrown at you. And yeah, I'm so happy, like I said, so excited to have been able to be back, and make videos like these for you guys. You guys have no idea how much I missed making videos like these, but it's good to be back, and it's good to know that, I'll be able to make more videos like these in the upcoming days, and hopefully, I'm able to, make more videos like these, in the upcoming months and stuff, like hopefully, like things don't get out of hand and stuff, and then we have to face a whole new circumstance and a whole new situation with the whole lockdown thing. So, but hopefully things stay the way they are, and things just keep on improving from now on, which it looks like that's what's going on. And so with all the restrictions and stuff that we have in place, so hopefully those really, make the difference, and we're able to get over this soon. That way we can go back to how we were before this whole entire, coronavirus thing stage happened. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, even though this video was really just me sharing what happened to me, like throughout this entire lockdown and stuff, and the things that I did. Yeah, so if you have anything interesting that you did throughout the whole entire lockdown situation, leave it down below. Leave it down in the comments right there. Let's start a conversation here. What cool thing did you do? And other than that, thank you for watching the video. You guys made it this long. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I'm about to release some really dope, cool content. So subscribe. And if you're watching this on Instagram, make sure you follow me, all right? Because I'm about to launch some really cool content, like I said. So subscribe and hit the notification icon, of course, if you're on YouTube. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. Remember, stay positive, stay strong, and be yourself.